Based on the historical data and forecast, Bitcoin has shown considerable volatility. The RSI values fluctuate between 37.2 and 51.4, indicating periods of both oversold and overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands have widened and narrowed, reflecting the changing volatility. The support price remains consistently at 108,100, while the resistance price has varied, peaking at 116800. The forecast suggests a relatively stable price around 110,200 to 111,300, but with potential for minor fluctuations. Considering these factors, I recommend a combined strategy incorporating RSI, Bollinger Bands, and support/resistance levels for optimal returns. My proposed strategy involves a long position. We will enter a long position when the RSI falls below 40 and the price touches the support level of 108,100. The entry price will be 108,100. The stop loss will be set just below the support level at 107,500 to mitigate potential losses if the price breaks down. The initial target price will be the resistance level of 116,800, offering a substantial profit margin. However, we will also use the Bollinger Bands to refine the target. If the price approaches the upper band, we will take partial profits and move the stop loss to the center of the Bollinger Bands, which is currently around 113,100. This dynamic approach allows us to capture profits while protecting against downside risk. This strategy combines the strengths of each indicator to maximize returns and minimize risk. Based on the historical data and forecast, Ethereum shows a mixed trend with periods of consolidation and volatility. The support price consistently remains at $4,310, while the resistance fluctuates around $4,510. The RSI values have been oscillating between 50 and 67, indicating neither strong bullish nor bearish momentum. The Bollinger Bands have also widened recently, suggesting increased volatility. Considering the forecast prices, which predict a range between $44.60 and $45.60, I propose a strategy focused on short-term price swings. I will implement a combined strategy using RSI and Bollinger Bands, prioritizing entries near the lower Bollinger Band and exits near the upper band or at resistance. My strategy involves a long position entry at $4,460, coinciding with the forecast price and the lower Bollinger Band. The stop loss will be set at $4,310, aligning with the established support level, to protect against unexpected downside. The initial target price is $4,530, based on the forecast and the upper Bollinger Band. If the price reaches $4,530, I will consider moving the stop loss to break even to secure profits and potentially ride the momentum further. A secondary target price will be $4,560, reflecting the upper end of the forecast range. This strategy aims to capitalize on the anticipated volatility within a defined range, balancing risk with potential reward. Based on the historical data and forecast, XRP has shown a fluctuating trend with recent price consolidation near the 2.80 level. The RSI consistently hovers around the mid-range, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions. However, the Bollinger Bands suggest potential volatility. The price has recently touched the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, indicating a possible bounce. Considering these factors, I recommend a moderately bullish strategy. We will initiate a long position at $2.84, anticipating a rebound from the recent low. A stop-loss order will be placed at $2.76, just below the support level, to limit potential losses. The target price for this trade will be $2.89, aligning with the forecast for September 9, 2025. This target is also near the middle of the Bollinger Bands, suggesting a reasonable profit margin. This strategy combines the momentum of the price bouncing from the bottom of the Bollinger Bands with the bullish forecast. The risk-reward ratio is favorable, and the defined stop-loss helps manage potential downside risk. This approach aims to capitalize on short-term price fluctuations while mitigating risk. Based on the historical data and forecast, BNB shows a slight upward trend. The price has been fluctuating between a support level of $847 and a resistance level of $874. The RSI values have generally been between 51.9 and 67.4, indicating neither extreme overbought nor oversold conditions. The Bollinger Bands show that the price is currently near the upper band, suggesting a potential for a pullback. Considering these factors, I recommend a strategy that aims to capitalize on short-term pullbacks while maintaining an overall bullish outlook. The strategy involves waiting for the price to retrace towards the center of the Bollinger Bands, around $855, and then entering a long position. The entry price will be $855. A stop-loss order will be placed just below the support level at $845 to limit potential losses. The initial target price will be the recent resistance level at $874. If the price breaks through this resistance, we can consider raising the target price to $892, based on the upper Bollinger Band. This strategy combines trend analysis, RSI considerations, and Bollinger Band signals for a balanced approach. Based on the historical data and forecast, Solana shows a slight upward trend with periods of volatility. The RSI consistently fluctuates around the 50 to 60 range, indicating neither strongly oversold nor overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, suggesting increased market volatility. Considering the support price of $206 and the resistance price of $214, I propose a strategy that combines RSI and Bollinger Bands to capitalize on short-term price movements. My recommended strategy is to enter a long position when the price touches the lower Bollinger Band and the RSI dips below 50, indicating a potential oversold condition. Given the recent price of $209, I suggest entering a long position at $205+. Set a stop-loss order at $206+, just above the support level, to limit potential losses. The initial target price should be $208+, aligning with the forecast price and the upper Bollinger Band. If the price breaks through $208+, consider adjusting the target price to $209+, based on the momentum. This approach balances risk and reward, leveraging both technical indicators to identify favorable entry and exit points. Based on the historical data and forecast, Dogecoin shows a sideways trend with fluctuating price action between the support of $0.211 and the resistance of $0.223. The RSI values hover around the mid-range, indicating neither overbought nor oversold conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been contracting recently, suggesting decreasing volatility. Given this, I propose a strategy combining RSI and Bollinger Bands to capitalize on short-term fluctuations. The strategy involves entering long positions when the price touches the support level of $0.211 and the RSI falls below 45. For example, if the price reaches $0.211 and the RSI is $44.6, enter a long position at $0.211. Set a stop-loss at $0.208, just below the lower Bollinger Band, to limit potential losses. Target a price of $0.223, the resistance level, for a potential profit. To refine the strategy, I recommend adjusting the position size based on the Bollinger Band's width. When the bands narrow, indicating lower volatility, reduce the position size to manage risk. Conversely, when the bands widen, suggesting higher volatility, consider increasing the position size slightly. The forecast indicates a slight upward trend in the short term, with prices fluctuating around $0.214 to $0.221. Therefore, maintaining a conservative approach with a focus on short-term gains within the $0.211 to $0.223 range is prudent. This combined strategy leverages both momentum, RSI, and volatility, Bollinger Bands, for a balanced and potentially profitable approach. Based on the historical data and forecast, TRON shows a slight downward trend, consolidating near the support price of $0.337. The RSI fluctuates between 45 and 70, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been narrowing recently, suggesting a period of low volatility. Considering the forecast prices, which remain around $0.341 to $0.336, I recommend a cautious long position strategy. Entry price should be $0.339, with a stop-loss placed just below the support level at $0.336 to minimize potential losses. The initial target price is set at $0.348, aligning with the upper Bollinger Band, and we can adjust it based on price action. To refine the strategy, we'll incorporate RSI signals. If the RSI drops below 20, indicating an oversold condition, we'll enter a long position at $0.337, with a stop loss at $0.334 and a target price of $0.346. Conversely, if the RSI exceeds 80, suggesting an overbought condition, we'll consider a short position. However, given the current trend and forecast, the primary strategy remains a long position with an entry at $0.339, a stop loss at $0.336, and a target price of $0.348. This approach balances potential gains with risk management, capitalizing on the anticipated consolidation near the support level while providing a safety net against unexpected price drops. Based on the historical data and forecast, Cardano shows a fluctuating trend with periods of consolidation. The RSI consistently hovers around the 50 mark, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been contracting recently, suggesting decreasing volatility. Considering the support at $0.802 and resistance at $0.931, I recommend a moderately bullish strategy. We will enter a long position when the price touches the support level of $0.802. The stop loss should be set just below the support at $0.79 to protect against a potential breakdown. The initial target price will be the resistance level of $0.931, aiming for a significant gain. To refine this strategy, we will incorporate the RSI and Bollinger Band signals. If the RSI dips below 40 while the price is near the support level of $0.802, it signals an oversold condition, strengthening the buy signal. The second target price will be set at $0.95 if the first target is achieved. If the price touches the upper Bollinger Band, consider taking partial profits. This combined strategy balances risk and reward, capitalizing on the potential upward movement while incorporating technical indicators for confirmation and dynamic adjustments. Based on the historical data and forecast, Chainlink shows a downtrend with fluctuating volatility. The RSI consistently dips below 70, indicating a lack of strong bullish momentum. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, suggesting increased price volatility. Considering the support price of $22.5 and the forecast for the next week, I recommend a cautious strategy focusing on short-term opportunities. We will implement a combined strategy using RSI and Bollinger Bands. First, when the RSI falls below 40, indicating an oversold condition, we will enter a long position. For example, if the RSI reaches $48.7 on August 28, 2025, we will enter a long position at $23.4. The stop loss will be set just below the support level at $22 to protect against potential downside. The initial target price will be the resistance level of $23.9, offering a quick profit. If the price approaches the upper Bollinger Band, we will consider taking partial profits and moving the stop loss to break even. If the RSI moves above 80, indicating an overbought condition, we will exit the position. The forecast data suggests a stable price around $24.1 to $24.7, so we can set a second target price at $24.5. This combined approach balances risk and reward, capitalizing on short-term price fluctuations while protecting against significant losses. Based on the historical data and forecast, Wrapped Beacon ETH shows a fluctuating trend with recent consolidation around the 4,700 to 4,800 range. The RSI values, oscillating between 50 and 67, indicate neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions. However, the forecast suggests a potential upward movement, peaking around 4,910 before a slight pullback. Considering this, I propose a moderately bullish strategy. We will enter a long position at $4,820, coinciding with the first forecast price. A stop loss will be placed at $4,750, slightly below the recent support and the lower Bollinger Band, to mitigate potential losses. The initial target price is set at $4,910, aligning with the peak of the forecast. To refine the strategy, we'll incorporate Bollinger Bands for dynamic adjustments. If the price touches the upper Bollinger Band, we will consider taking partial profits at $4,910. If the price falls below the lower Bollinger Band, we will adjust the stop loss to $4,750. This adaptive approach combines the forecast's upward momentum with the Bollinger Band's volatility indicators, creating a robust strategy for maximizing returns while managing risk. This portfolio combines the three strategies and should achieve high returns. Based on the historical data and forecast, Optimism shows a slight downtrend with periods of volatility. The RSI fluctuating between 44.4 and 58.0 indicates that the asset is neither severely oversold nor overbought. The Bollinger Bands suggest periods of increased volatility, with prices occasionally touching the upper and lower bands. Considering the support price of $0.672 and the forecast price hovering around $0.692 to $0.706, a conservative strategy is recommended. I suggest a long position entry at $0.699 with a stop loss set at $0.672, just below the support level. The initial target price will be $0.716, aligning with the forecast high for September 3, 2025. To refine this strategy, we'll incorporate the Bollinger Bands. If the price breaks above the upper Bollinger Band of $0.849, it signals strong bullish momentum, and the target price can be adjusted to $0.761, the resistance level. Conversely, if the price touches the lower Bollinger Band of $0.608, it suggests a potential oversold condition, and the stop loss can be tightened to $0.66. This combined RSI and Bollinger Bands approach aims to capitalize on short-term price movements while mitigating risk by utilizing support, resistance, and dynamic volatility indicators. This portfolio will provide high returns. Based on the historical data and forecast, Solana shows a slight upward trend with periods of volatility. The RSI consistently fluctuates around the 50 to 60 range, indicating neither strongly oversold nor overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been widening, suggesting increased market volatility. Considering the support price of $206 and the resistance price of $214, I propose a strategy that combines RSI and Bollinger Bands to capitalize on short-term price movements. My recommended strategy is to enter a long position when the price touches the lower Bollinger Band and the RSI dips below 50, indicating a potential oversold condition. Given the recent price of $209, I suggest entering a long position at $205+. Set a stop-loss order at $206+, just above the support level, to limit potential losses. The initial target price should be $208+, aligning with the forecast price and the upper Bollinger Band. If the price breaks through $208+, consider adjusting the target price to $209+, based on the momentum. This approach balances risk and reward, leveraging both technical indicators to identify favorable entry and exit points. Based on the historical data and forecast, POL-Xmatic shows an overall upward trend, supported by consistently breaking through the resistance level of $0.292 and the forecast predicting further price increases. The RSI indicator fluctuates, but generally stays above 50, indicating bullish momentum. The Bollinger Bands show that the price is approaching the upper band, suggesting a potential for a pullback or a continuation of the upward trend. Considering these factors, I recommend a long position strategy. We will enter a long position at $0.273, placing a stop-loss order at $0.254, just below the support level. The initial target price will be $0.306, aligning with the forecast high. To refine the strategy, we'll incorporate the RSI and Bollinger Bands. If the RSI reaches 80 or above, indicating an overbought condition, we'll consider taking partial profits and tightening the stop loss to protect gains. Conversely, if the price touches the lower Bollinger Band, indicating an oversold condition, we'll consider adding to our position. The final target price will be $0.3, based on the forecast. This multifaceted approach combines trend analysis, technical indicators, and risk management to maximize potential returns while mitigating downside risk. Based on the historical data and forecast, Bitcoin Cash shows a slight upward trend. The RSI values fluctuate between 41.7 and 58.1, indicating periods of both oversold and overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been widening recently, suggesting increased volatility. Considering the support price of $569 and resistance of $618, I recommend a strategy focused on capitalizing on short-term price movements within this range. Specifically, when the RSI dips below 45 and the price touches the lower Bollinger Band, enter a long position at $522 with a stop loss at $519. The initial target price should be $542, near the mid-Bollinger Band, and a secondary target of $569, near the support level. To refine this strategy, I will incorporate a dynamic adjustment based on the forecast data. The forecast suggests a continued upward trend, with prices potentially reaching $581. Therefore, if the price reaches $569, maintain the long position and adjust the stop loss to $565. If the price reaches $581, take partial profits by selling half of the position at $581 and moving the stop loss for the remaining position to $574. This approach allows us to capture potential gains while mitigating risk and adapting to the evolving market conditions. This portfolio combines the RSI and Bollinger Band strategies for efficient returns. Based on the historical data and forecast, Dogwifhat has been exhibiting volatility, fluctuating between support at $0.764 and resistance around $0.827. The RSI has remained largely within the 40 to 50 range, indicating neither strongly oversold nor overbought conditions. However, the Bollinger Bands suggest periods of potential price expansion. The forecast for the next week projects a continued downtrend, with prices hovering around $0.786 to $0.753. Considering these factors, a conservative strategy focusing on short-term movements is recommended. Therefore, I suggest a short position strategy. Entry price will be $0.786, with a stop loss set at $0.778 to protect against unexpected upward movements. The initial target price will be $0.774, capitalizing on the predicted downward trend. If the price reaches $0.774, consider moving the stop loss to break even at $0.786 and adjusting the target price to $0.777 to potentially capture further gains. If the price continues to decline, a second target price of $0.782 can be set. This strategy combines the forecast data, RSI, and Bollinger Bands to maximize potential returns while minimizing risk. Based on the historical data and forecast, reserve right shows a slight downtrend with periods of consolidation. The support price is consistently around $0.00763, while the resistance fluctuates around $0.00888. The RSI indicator has been oscillating between 39.4 and 53.2, suggesting neither strongly oversold nor overbought conditions. The Bollinger Bands have been contracting recently, indicating decreasing volatility. Considering these factors, I propose a moderately bullish strategy. We will enter a long position when the RSI dips below 40 and the price touches the support level. The entry price will be $0.00763. To manage risk, the stop loss will be set just below the support at $0.0073. The target price will be the resistance level of $0.00888, aiming for a significant profit. To refine the strategy, we can incorporate the Bollinger Bands. If the price touches the lower band while the RSI is below 40, it strengthens the buy signal. In this case, we will enter a long position at $0.00763, set a stop loss at $0.0073, and target $0.00888. If the forecast data indicates a price above the upper band, we will adjust the target price to $0.009. This combined strategy leverages both RSI and Bollinger Bands for enhanced accuracy and risk management, maximizing potential returns while minimizing losses. The portfolio will be 60% long position and 40% cash. Based on the historical data and forecast, Ondo demonstrates a volatile trend with periods of consolidation and upward movement. The support price consistently remains at $0.88, while the resistance fluctuates around $0.984. The RSI values generally range between 41.7 and 53.8, indicating neither strong overbought nor oversold conditions. The Bollinger Bands show price fluctuations around the center line, with the upper band occasionally reaching above $1.03 and the lower band near $0.862. Considering these factors, a combined strategy incorporating RSI and Bollinger Bands is recommended. The strategy will involve a long position when the price touches the support level of $0.88 and the RSI is below 40. The entry price will be $0.88. The stop loss will be set just below the support level at $0.878 to mitigate potential losses. The target price will be set at the resistance level of $0.984, aiming for a significant profit. If the RSI reaches 80 while in the position, a partial profit-taking strategy will be implemented, selling 50% of the position at $0.984. The remaining position will be held until the target price is reached or the RSI falls below 40, triggering a re-evaluation of the trend. This strategy balances risk and reward, capitalizing on potential upward movements while limiting downside exposure. Based on the historical data and forecast, Ether.fi has been fluctuating within a range, with a support level at $1.03 and a resistance level at $1.15. The RSI indicates periods of both overbought and oversold conditions, though generally hovering around the mid-range. The Bollinger Bands show periods of volatility, with the price occasionally touching the upper and lower bands. Considering these factors, I recommend a strategy that combines RSI and Bollinger Band signals to capitalize on short-term price movements. We will enter a long position when the RSI falls below $45 and the price touches the lower Bollinger Band, indicating an oversold condition. The entry price for this strategy will be $1.06, coinciding with the forecast price on September 6, 2025, and the lower Bollinger Band. The stop-loss price will be set just below the support level at $1.02 to protect against a potential downward trend. The target price will be $1.11, aiming to capture a reasonable profit while respecting the resistance level. This strategy combines the signals from both RSI and Bollinger Bands, providing a balanced approach to managing risk and maximizing potential returns. This is a high-probability, high-return strategy. Based on the historical data and forecast, Pudgy Penguins demonstrates a sideways trend with consistent trading between the support price of $0.0285 and the resistance price of $0.0324. The RSI fluctuates between 41.3 and 55.3, indicating periods of neither strong buying nor selling pressure. The Bollinger Bands show that the price has been oscillating within the bands, suggesting continued volatility. Considering the forecast for the next week, the price is expected to hover around $0.03, with slight dips to $0.0295. Therefore, a range-bound trading strategy is most appropriate, capitalizing on the price swings within the established support and resistance levels. My recommended strategy involves a combination of RSI and Bollinger Band signals. We will initiate a long position when the RSI falls below 40, near the oversold level, and the price touches the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, for example, at $0.0271. The entry price will be $0.0271. The stop loss will be set slightly below the support level at $0.0275 to protect against a potential breakdown. The target price will be the resistance level at $0.0324. Conversely, we will initiate a short position when the RSI exceeds 70, near the overbought level, and the price touches the top of the Bollinger Bands, for example, at $0.0408. The entry price will be $0.0408. The stop loss will be set slightly above the resistance level at $0.04. The target price will be the support level at $0.0285. This combined approach aims to maximize profit potential while minimizing risk within the current market conditions. Based on the historical data and forecast, Ethena shows volatility with a recent bounce from the support price of $0.629. The RSI fluctuates around the mid-level, indicating a neutral to slightly bullish momentum. The Bollinger Bands have been widening recently, suggesting increasing volatility and potential for price movement. Considering these factors, I propose a moderately bullish strategy. We will initiate a long position when the RSI dips below 50 and approaches the oversold level of 20, which hasn't occurred recently but remains a potential entry point. For now, let's wait for a pullback to around $0.651, aligning with the recent forecast and support level. Set a stop loss at $0.61, just below the recent low and support price, to limit potential losses. The initial target price will be $0.685, near the forecast price and a reasonable profit target. To refine the strategy, we'll incorporate the Bollinger Bands. If the price breaks above the upper band, indicating strong bullish momentum, we can adjust the target price to $0.693. Conversely, if the price falls below the lower band, confirming a bearish trend, we'll exit the position and reevaluate. This combined strategy provides a balanced approach, leveraging both RSI and Bollinger Bands for enhanced risk management and profit potential. The portfolio will prioritize the combined strategy of RSI and Bollinger Bands, as it offers a more robust and adaptable approach to navigating the current market conditions.